Since the dawn of humanity, we have looked around in wonder, questioning the very nature of reality itself. Philosophers, scientists, and mystics alike have pondered if what we experience every day truly exists, or if our entire universe is nothing more than an elaborate illusion, an intricate simulation running within the mind of some advanced civilization or powerful supercomputer. This mind-bending idea, known today as the simulation hypothesis, proposes that reality as we perceive it is artificially created, a sophisticated construct engineered perhaps by an advanced civilization, our descendants, or even intelligent entities we can scarcely imagine. But what leads us to seriously consider this extraordinary possibility? Why would eminent physicists, cosmologists, and philosophers seriously entertain the notion that everything we see, every star in the sky, every human emotion, every facet of our existence, could be digital, a precisely coded simulation running inside an unimaginably powerful computer? It may seem like the plot of a science fiction novel or movie. Yet in recent decades, this theory has emerged from the fringes of speculative fiction into serious scientific discussions. Groundbreaking developments in physics, quantum mechanics, and artificial intelligence have provided compelling reasons to revisit fundamental assumptions about our universe. Many reputable scientists now suggest there might be strong theoretical evidence supporting the idea that our reality is not what it appears. In this documentary, we'll delve deeply into the simulation hypothesis, exploring its origins, the scientific arguments in favor of and against it, the philosophical implications of simulated existence, and the profound questions it raises about consciousness, free will, and the future of humanity itself. Together, we'll attempt to answer a question that could redefine human understanding. Are we, in fact, living within a simulated universe? To fully grasp the simulation hypothesis, we first journey back in time to examine its philosophical and conceptual origins. The idea that reality might be illusory or artificially constructed isn't new. In fact, it can be traced back thousands of years. Ancient civilizations contemplated similar ideas about reality being a dream, an illusion, or a divine play orchestrated by higher beings. Philosophers from Plato to Descartes famously questioned the nature of reality, suggesting scenarios in which humans could be profoundly deceived about the true essence of their existence. Plato's allegory of the cave vividly depicts prisoners chained in darkness, observing shadows cast by objects they cannot directly see. These shadows become their entire perceived reality, a mere reflection of a deeper, hidden truth. Centuries later, René Descartes famously introduced the concept of the evil demon, theorizing that a powerful and deceptive entity might manipulate our senses and perceptions, leading us to believe in a reality that does not truly exist. Such philosophical roots form the earliest intellectual foundation of today's simulation hypothesis. Fast forward to contemporary times, the concept gained new momentum through developments in computer science and artificial intelligence. By the late 20th century, philosophers and futurists began revisiting ancient questions through the lens of modern technology. The advent of powerful computers, realistic virtual reality environments, and artificial intelligence dramatically transformed our understanding of what could theoretically be simulated. By the early 21st century, the idea was popularized by the philosopher Nick Bostrom in his influential paper, Are You Living in a Computer Simulation? Bostrom argued compellingly that if future civilizations become technologically advanced enough to run complex conscious simulations of their ancestors, it would statistically follow that simulated beings like ourselves could vastly outnumber real biological individuals. In other words, if it's technologically possible to create lifelike simulations, then mathematically speaking, we're probably already living in one. As intriguing as this idea is philosophically, what does modern science actually say about the likelihood of our universe being a simulation? While direct evidence remains elusive, several scientific fields have presented surprisingly credible arguments. First, consider advancements in computing power. In just a few decades, human computing has grown exponentially. From primitive machines filling entire rooms to smartphones millions of times more powerful than early spacecraft computers. Following this trajectory, scientists predict that future civilizations could build computational systems so powerful that simulating an entire universe in meticulous detail, including billions of conscious beings, might become technically feasible, if not routine. Quantum physics further complicates our perception of reality. The famous double-slit experiment reveals that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting a fundamental relationship between consciousness, observation, and reality itself. Some theorists interpret these strange quantum behaviors as indicators that our universe is fundamentally computational or digital in nature. Could quantum uncertainty and particle wave duality be hints that our universe operates on discrete mathematical rules, much like software? Moreover, several physicists and cosmologists, including Nobel laureates, have proposed tests that could detect subtle clues indicating a simulated reality. These include looking for resolution limits, glitches, or unexplained patterns within fundamental physical laws, anomalies that might resemble computational shortcuts, or coding artifacts intentionally built into the fabric of reality. While no conclusive evidence has been discovered yet, the mere fact that reputable scientists are proposing legitimate methods for testing the simulation hypothesis speaks volumes about its scientific credibility. If we are indeed living within a sophisticated simulation, the philosophical and ethical implications are profound. How would this redefine our understanding of human consciousness, free will, morality, and the meaning of life itself? Firstly, consider consciousness. If our minds emerge from computational processes running within a simulated environment, does this imply that consciousness itself can arise purely from information processing, independent of biological substrates? This idea raises profound ethical questions about artificial intelligence and our responsibilities toward entities capable of subjective experiences. Could simulated beings have rights? Should we reconsider ethical frameworks for artificial intelligences we ourselves create? The issue of free will also becomes even more complex. If reality is pre-programmed, deterministic, or algorithmically defined, what becomes of the notion that humans freely choose their destinies? While many simulation advocates argue we would retain subjective experiences of free choice, others fear that realizing we are simulated beings could negatively affect personal responsibility, ethics, and motivation to improve society. Furthermore, the concept of simulated universes reintroduces questions of purpose and existential meaning in new, unexpected ways. If we are creations within an artificial reality, could the simulation have a specific purpose? Might our creators observe us, experiment on us, or perhaps even intervene occasionally, shaping human history or personal destiny? Such ideas, while speculative, reignite ancient human desires to find purpose beyond mundane existence, blurring the line between science and spirituality. Though speculative, the quest to confirm or falsify the simulation hypothesis has become a legitimate scientific endeavor. Powerful new telescopes and particle accelerators offer potential windows into the structure of reality. These instruments might detect subtle signatures indicating artificiality, such as pixel-like resolution limits at the quantum scale, or unexplained repetitions in cosmic structures. Additionally, breakthroughs in quantum computing and artificial intelligence may provide insights into whether consciousness can indeed emerge from simulated processes. As we develop our own lifelike virtual realities, populated with increasingly realistic artificial intelligences, we come closer to either proving or disproving whether our own consciousness could similarly arise within a computational environment. Future research will not only test the simulation hypothesis directly, but also inspire new physics, new technology, and a deeper understanding of consciousness. Even if no definitive answer emerges, the quest itself promises to enrich human knowledge profoundly. The simulation hypothesis might initially seem alarming or unsettling, but it ultimately reinforces our intrinsic human curiosity about the deepest mysteries of existence. Whether we are simulated or biologically authentic, our experiences remain real, our emotions profound, and our interactions meaningful. Discovering the true nature of our universe, simulated or otherwise, would represent the pinnacle of human understanding. At its core, the simulation hypothesis calls us to reflect deeply about who we are and our place in the cosmos. As technology accelerates and our knowledge expands, we approach answers once thought unimaginable. Perhaps the greatest revelation won't be whether our reality is simulated, but rather our ability to ponder, explore, and comprehend that possibility in the first place. In that capacity for curiosity and understanding, simulated or not, we define what it truly means to be human.